This is the Scalper's Gold Update for October 4th. Well, in our last video, this is the YM current contract, or the continuous contract actually, daily chart. And I had figured that we would shop in this 96 to 9800 area, which we did basically until October came around. The end of September was the end of a quarter. October 1st began the new quarter. And we got typically the first day of a new quarter is a good trading day, and we had this market structure high that did set up and triggered short here, and we got a sell-off down, actually got below the 50-day moving average, this green line here, did close above that. So you can see the Globex, this little black mark there, that's the Globex. So the possibility now that we closed above, even though we sold off, we closed above the 50-day, and the ES did as well. Gonna have to see if that holds, get a market structure low to set up. So if we do kind of this thing tomorrow, and then we'll have a market structure low with a long side trigger, and then maybe they can get back to the 13S, that's this light blue line here, and get back into that 9600 to 9800 range. But we'll have to see. And the reason we're going to have to be cautious here, because we did have that market structure high, and here's kind of the bigger picture as far as the daily goes. Is you've had a market structure high followed by a higher market structure high followed by a lower market structure high. Okay, so it's almost like this little head and shoulders kind of thing, I guess. Technical analysts might call it something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but as I follow market structure analysis. But this is what you have, and this is what you call a giant structure. Okay, so it very well could be a top there, and the fact that this last one triggered short, and now we're down to the 50-day. So we're going to have to watch that, and in light of let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly now has a weekly market structure high formed. And that market structure high, I'll point it out here. We've got a high bar followed by a higher high followed by a lower high. Okay, so here would be our weekly short trigger, and that would be at 93.35. So watch for that one this week, and we'll have, the weekly support is going to be down, well, right here in the 13S, below 9400. It's basically, what is that, about 9200. So 9300 and then 9200 is the 13S, weekly 13S. And then take a look at the monthly. The past, I think 11 out of the 12 past fall trading seasons have all been negative, and you throw in probably four or five corrections or crashes during that period of about 10 to 20%. So the fall trading season doesn't have a very good track record as of late. So, and here's the monthly YM. And now we've got a monthly market structure high form. So this very well could be the top. And if you look at, I kind of hope not. Like I said, I'd like to see them get to 10,000 and test that area, and then have the internals kind of fall apart. But we may not get that. So this month the bulls are going to have to exceed this 98.57 is the high. That previous monthly high here. If they can't, then this market structure high, again, higher high, lower high will be formed. We'll have a short trigger, whatever the low of this month's candle is going to be, tick below that, and we'll have a short signal. And it will be a little more dangerous if this monthly October closes below the monthly 13S. If this thing comes down and it closes below here, then I think, and we're going to have a short trigger here, that could be some trouble. If they can avoid that this month, either come down here but not trigger short the following month and form a market structure low, then that could trigger the long side. So this is either going to, this support, this 13S in the monthly is either going to hold this support, or we're going to get a short trigger below that, and maybe that's our downside leg that everybody's kind of looking for. You can see, this is where we've come. This is again the monthly chart. We had this, well, you kind of had this giant structure on the monthly. We had this monthly market structure high, followed by another monthly market structure high, and then a lower. So you had this giant structure on the monthly here as well. Okay, we also had a Hindenburg omen. I think it was right in here. Okay, and that just kind of shut the coffin on that. But so here we've come. We've had all this down. Okay, and then we've had this market structure low bounce. Hope you guys are seeing. Market structure lows are pretty important, especially at bottoms and tops. Okay, there's your monthly market structure low. That did trigger long, and they moved up here. We had a scalper's gold long here on the monthly. Okay, but it's just a very pretty small retrace of this whole down leg. So you can see how this could very easily just be, what I mean. So we'll see what happens with that. The good thing about, I'm going to go back to the daily here. The good thing about the action, as you can see, I think we talked about this before, on the way up, you had these kind of small candles on the daily. Occasionally you had a bigger candle. It's kind of like a roller coaster when it starts taking you up, tick, 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 tick. Gets to the top, but when it comes down, it's much quicker, and you can see the ranges expand on the way down. So this is good for us intraday. This is what we wanted to see. We don't care which way the market goes, if it goes up or down. We just want this range to expand, and what that's done for us, I'll bring in a chart of the YM 1 minute. Okay, here's the 1 minute YM. This was back on the September 30th, just at the end of the month. Here we had a long at 96.01, went up to about 96.20 there, pulled back, and we got a stop here at 96.06. Okay, and then we come over here. Our trend is long, so we're only looking for long trades, so we're ignoring any of the short signals. And we get a long signal here at 96.17. Our first protective stop is at 96.13. We get another stop here where this red dot is. Okay, price continues to move higher, and it's taking a while to kind of move. Get our next stop here, so we're continually moving our stop up. There's our stop there. And then you can see we got a nice pop. So the scalper's goal is keeping you in this move the whole time, moving your stop. And this trade actually made a peak there at 97.20 and pulled back at 96.96. But we have a rule in the room that if you can capture 100 points on a single trade, that's our auto gain or auto target. And we were able to capture 100 points on that trade. But you won't get that, in August and early in the month of September. There weren't, you weren't seeing 100-point moves on single trade. Anyway, that's it for this week, and we'll check and see what things look like next week.